Namaste, teachers of Andhra Pradesh. Welcome to our video on best practices while developing MCQs. MCQs are questions that present several possible answers, but only one is the correct answer. MCQs are more than just a way to test facts. They're powerful tools that can engage students in deeper thinking. For AP State Board teachers, crafting effective MCQs is crucial to accurately assess both knowledge and understanding. In this video, we will discover the best practices while developing MCQs that truly enhance learning and assessments. We learned that good assessments and questions are key to identifying and improving learning outcomes. They help stimulate thinking, ensure understanding, and uncover misconceptions. That's why it's important to make sure the questions we create are of high quality. Let us start with the first best practice. Make the question clear and focused. This means using clear wordings and simple language, avoiding unnecessary information or confusion such as negatives or double negatives. And also, the question should be direct. Look at this question. Do you think the stem of this question is clear? No, it is not clear. If you look closely in this question shown here, the word animals can be interpreted in different ways. Does it include birds or not? Depending on the interpretation, more than one answer is possible. Therefore, by clarifying in the question whether birds are considered animals or not can make the question much more clearer. Another important aspect of clarity is using simple language without unnecessary information. Take a look at this question. Is the stem simple? No, it isn't. The stem is overly complicated and includes extra details that are not needed. Now, let's look at the improved version of this question. It is clear and straightforward, allowing students to show their understanding of the formula for the area of a triangle. When creating clear questions, it's important to avoid confusing language, such as negatives or double negatives, which can make questions harder to understand and require extra mental effort from students. Avoid negatively worded questions and use it only when necessary, like when testing specific errors or misconceptions. Now, let's look at the non-example onto the left. It uses double negatives. This construction is confusing and makes the question difficult to understand. So, how can we improve this? The example onto the right shows a better approach by eliminating the negative entirely. The question now asks which of these are composite numbers. This change makes the question clearer, allowing students to focus on the content instead of the wording. Let's look at the non-example to the left here. Do you think it's a direct question? Do you think this question has a clear and a specific answer? No, it's not. In contrast, the example to the right, this example asks a direct and clear question. It provides specific numbers, that is 8 apples and 4 more apples, and asks the students to calculate the total number of apples. Now, let's discuss how to make options similar and parallel to avoid confusion. First, make reading easier by removing any repeated words. This simplifies the question and helps students focus on understanding it. Next, arrange options logically. For example, list choices from smallest to largest. This prevents students from guessing based on the arrangement. Keep options consistent by ensuring all choices match in the grammar and meaning so students are not misled by inconsistencies. Finally, avoid using all of the above and none of the above unless addressing a specific misconception. By following these practices, you can create multiple choice questions that are clear, fair, and easy for students to navigate. How does this question increase the reading load? How would you improve it? We can simplify the question and reduce its reading load by removing the common phrase from all the options. To help students, it's important to arrange options in a clear order, whether by size, alphabetically, numerically, or chronologically, depending on the question. For example, in this question, moving option C, that is 3 plus 8 is equal to 9, to the first position keeps the order ascending or descending in the length of options. To ensure the options match the question and prevent easy elimination, they must be grammatically and meaningfully consistent. For instance, if the question asks about feelings but options C and D do not represent feeling, students can eliminate them right away because they don't fit the question's requirement. Maintaining consistency in the options helps avoid this type of mismatch. We can improve this question by replacing option C and D with feelings like courage and affection. Using options like all of the above or none of the above can make questions too easy and should generally be avoided. These options are only beneficial when testing a specific misconception. For example, in the non-example shown on the screen to the left, if students recognize that puddle of water and wet towel are examples of evaporation, they might choose all of the above without truly knowing if cooked rice is also an example. In the better example shown to the right side on the screen, students are more likely to choose specific options like A or B instead of D. This helps us understand who really knows the concept of evaporation and who doesn't. Another best practice is that MCQs should focus on testing the main ideas and essential skills that students need. Look at this question. Do you think it assesses the main idea? Clearly, this question tests rote memorization of a date rather than understanding the broader significance of the act discussed. However, if we look at this question, which is an example question shown to the right, we can say that this question checks for the core concept, as the learning outcome here is to focus on a key cause of the Indian independence movement. In part 1 of our video, we explored 3 best practices for creating high quality multiple choice questions. Number 1, make the question clear and focused. 2, ensure options are similar and parallel to avoid confusion. Number 3 is to test the main ideas and lasting skills that the students need. Thank you for joining us for part 1 of our series on creating high quality MCQs. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will explore the remaining 4 best practices that will further enhance your MCQs. Thank you once again, and we look forward to continuing this journey with you.